Can we play the Ben Shapiro audio? This is what got Ben Shapiro basically called an anti-Semite. He's Jewish, by the way. Shapiro. Listen.
Finally, argument number 10. This one has become popular in recent years after the book Freakonomics came out. That argument is that abortion lowers the crime rate, right? That what has lowered the crime rate traditionally has been killing all the would-be criminals. First of all, okay, I don't know who's comfortable with the pre-crime version of humanity, where we get to decide before you're born whether you're likely to be a criminal and then abort you based on future criminal activity in which you have not participated. Right? The argument, I guess, here is that would you kill baby Hitler? And the truth is that no pro-life person on earth would kill baby Hitler, right? Because baby Hitler wasn't Hitler. Adult Hitler was Hitler. Baby Hitler was a baby. Right? What you presumably want to do with baby Hitler was take baby Hitler out of baby Hitler's house and move baby Hitler into a better house where he would not grow up to be Hitler, right? That's the idea. But it is also true that the crime statistics do not even match up. Criminologist Barry Latzer points out that abortions became available in 1973 under Roe versus Wade. Those young people would go on to create a massive crime spike and the crack cocaine epidemic. But if you move forward 15 to 20 years, right, that's when you would see the crime drop due to the abortion of babies. But there is no crime drop. You'd expect the absent babies, right, the babies that were killed starting in 1973, not to be around carjacking people. But it turns out that people were still carjacking people 15 years after Roe v. Wade, 20 years after Roe v. Wade. The crime spike only began to drop in 1994, a solid 21 years after Roe v. Wade was actually put in place. That can't be due to abortion, right? That's really due to additional policing, so it doesn't even match up statistically. Okay, now, in all of this discussion, I've refrained from discussing the Bible and religion. Now, one of the arguments that I've made is based on the Bible or religion. Now, the media will pretend that I didn't make any of these arguments, that it's all about the Bible and religion, because the left prefers to believe that religion is stupid and people who believe in religion are stupid, people who believe in God are idiots, and that's the reason why we prefer to protect the lives of the unborn. But we do have to recognize one religious root to every argument that I'm making, and that is the innate value of human life. That is a religiously based argument.
I mean, that's just a collection of great points on the topic.
Tell me how you get a defense of Hitler out of that.
I mean, it's implausible, obviously, because Ben Shapiro has been attacked by anti-Semites more than any journalist. This is not like me just saying it. It was a study done by anti-Semitic attacks on journalists in 2016, and he was attacked by more than any other journalist in existence. The idea that he could be some pro-Hitler guy or he's so fanatic that he would let the Holocaust happen to not let a woman have an abortion or whatever the accusation is, they're all absurd.
So let me tell you what's happening here and why these things are put out and then they say, oh, I'm really sorry. Because it doesn't matter. The retraction doesn't matter, okay? The image is already in your head. So if you don't know Ben Shapiro and you hear that Ben Shapiro was defending Hitler by saying nobody should kill baby Hitler because he loves Hitler, and that's the spin you have. Even if you hear a few days later, that's not true. That is seared into your head because it's an outrageous statement and an outrageous position. So that's seared in your head. Remember, you don't really know Ben Shapiro. You're not really following Ben Shapiro. You don't really care about this, but you saw someplace. I read someplace that he's like a big anti-Semite. Okay. You get enough of those, you all of a sudden start to say, Ben Shapiro's just a bad guy. You don't know him. You've never heard of him. You've never met him. You've never seen him. You don't know anything about him except all of the falsehoods that have been put out.
Yeah.
That's disinformation. Misinformation is a mistake. Misinformation is something, we made a mistake. Disinformation is intentionally put out there. There's no way any journalist or anyone could possibly make that claim based on that soundbite.
Yet they continued to report it. These activist groups went after his sponsors, all the typical crap that goes on, knowing that there was absolutely nothing controversial about that comment.
And you have to know the difference between misinformation and disinformation. What happened with the kids from Kentucky, that was disinformation. There were no mistakes made there. Journalists don't make those kinds of easy mistakes.